One thing you must start before you preaching as a pastor, you must have a relationship with God. You must have a relationship with him. That no pastor can preach with no relationship. I promise you I started like that before. When I was 12 years old, I started preaching when I was 12. One thing I look at is that the relationship with God. Now they say, oh, they get mad at the power of God. But I tell you this, his power will be released very much soon into all homes. So, people who are very, very, very much stuck into these revelations of the deep things of God, I tell you this, you need to stop getting lost. Well, he told everyone in the Bible. He said, physically, the world hated him first. So if the world hates you because you're a pastor or you preach, remember that Jesus was hated. Remember that Jesus was hated back then. 2,000 years ago, he was hated. He was hated because he was a person. And they say, oh, they were like, oh, Pastor, Jesus Christ, he claimed to be the Son of God. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. He claimed to be God back then. He is God. He still is God. He's the Son of God. But I tell you this, that for many people who have come twisted turn Christianity, twisted turn religion, twisted turn the Bible and all this, do not get fooled by Satan. Do not get fooled by these things, because I tell you this, you get fooled by this stuff right here, you physically go. You'll be done with. You will physically fail. If you get fooled by this world, if you get fooled about these people in this world, physically twisting and turning religion, and also completely twisting and turning religion, they are going to lead themselves to the hellfire. And for many people who are aiming for the hellfire, you are crazy and you are foolish. But if you're aiming for the hellfire, you are foolish. And the hellfire is something very much, is not going to be just light down there. It will be darkness, just straight darkness. And I tell you this, the most worst pain you can ever experience is when you are in darkness and also getting whipped and also in fire. Also your body burning and while you're in darkness. So hell is a place with darkness. There's nothing that is light down there but darkness. All these Google pictures about, oh, hellfire, oh, it's just a fireplace. It's a fireplace that you just burn forever and ever. Don't play with hell. God will send you hell intense. That does not even mean he don't play with you, unless you're gonna start a relationship with him. Unless you be fooled. You cannot start your physical ministry, pastors, if you're not having a relationship with God. There will not be no success. There will not be no spirit into your life if you're not living according to what God has given unto you. The scripture says a lot. He will rise up the false prophets. And I tell you this today, sons of God, if you are physically living according to the flesh, according to Satan, you will physically be with him. I tell you, who you serve, you will be with him. No matter what you do, God has physically chosen the pastors as kings. Now listen, I want you to tell you something very much clear. For every pastor who wants to be a pastor in the future, just like me, starting off as a kid, growing up to be a pastor, I want to tell you something very much clear. You must have a relationship with God before you preach. There's nothing better than that. Before you preach, you must have a relationship with God first. You cannot just say, oh, Jesus, we praise your name. Do you know who Jesus is? Now, you see what I'm saying? Before we even start ministry, you must start a relationship with God. Prayer, read the scripture, actually get in prayer daily, at least take in prayer daily. A pastor should have the power of God. Every pastor should have the power of God. Everyone, a good pastor should have the power of God. No matter what happens, a pastor should have the power of God. Masturbation, pornography, anything, this type of things right here lead to lust, sin, and also it leads to hell. It leads to the hell gates. It leads to the hellfire. I tell you this, you want tattoos? You want tattoos? I tell you this, you got a tattoo, they call it a birthmark. I tell you this, what you do in your past is for the future. The Lord told me last night, he said, the past is gone. The past is gone. Ministry starts with a physical power that has been given by you by God. That means ministry starts with power by God. Nothing is better with the deliverance. You must have deliverance before you preach. You are wrong. I tell you this, I have not had deliverance when I was preaching. I had a relationship with God. God would deliver me. No one else would deliver me, but God would deliver me. I tell you this, I don't go to every church looking for deliverance, because you go to every church looking for deliverance, they will physically put more demons in you. His spirit is flowing to teachers. I get that. His spirit is flowing through every people, nurses, doctors, all these type of things. His spirit is flowing through them mightily. I tell you, the way people treat you back then, look, think ahead unto your future.